Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and to those if you're new here, welcome. Hi, my name is Holly Bean. I'm back, bitches. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back and I'm ready to stay. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. Anyway, today I've decided to try out this beauty hack. So I actually came across Harush, who is a celebrity makeup artist. She basically just started YouTube, which I'm so glad she has because she's kind of re-inspired me to film again. And I just love just watching beauty videos, and yeah, she's amazing. So anyway, Harush did a video about using tape to snatch her eyebrows like this. So I ordered the tape and I'm just going to test it in this video because I'm really interested and I'm really intrigued. But yeah, I have got individual eyelashes on, which is kind of a pain in the arse when I need to do makeup. But I mean, I'm going to do it anyway. This is what it looks like. I actually got this off Amazon. So this is what this looks like. It's called Instant Facelift and Neck Lift. I'll link Harush's video down below if you guys want to check that out. But I'm just really like mind blown about this whole thing, to be honest. I've never heard of this technique before. I see people going and getting surgery to make their eye literally like this, which is crazy. It's actually crazy, but I mean, do whatever you want to do. No judgment here. But yeah, I really want to try this out and basically see how this works. I'm really interested. So let me just get this out of the packet. Oh, it says, let me just read this. So it lasts for hours apparently, and it's created by Emmy Award-winning makeup artist Art Harding. Shout out to them. So it says, Art Harding welcomes you to the world of glamour and beauty. As a professional and Emmy Award-winning makeup artist, Art sought to create a facelift product with professional results that could be mastered by the amateur. So yeah, cool. So it says, gently remove the tape from one side of your neck and then the other. Remove the elastic attachment from the hole in the tape. Discard the tape, then replace the device in its case. Should your skin become sensitive after extended wear, wait a few days before using the device. If sensitivity continues, discontinue use. Each tape can only be used once. Use a new tape with each application. Okay, so you get this crazy device. So this basically goes around the back of your head. You attach the tape here and then it kind of pulls upwards. And then this is like the little bag of tape that you get. This is just wild, bitch. This is crazy. I'm still, what the fuck. So I don't know what hole I need to put this on because I don't know how tight I want this to be. But I'm kind of going to go quite tight with it. And then if it's too much and I look really crazy, then I'm just going to obviously bring it down. So I'm going to put it on literally like there. Let me just see how tight that... Okay, no, maybe not that tight. I got a big head. And like, no. So it comes with these two little silver hooky things. Wow. So good at explaining things. And you basically... What I can see is you put them through this little device. Oh, okay, this makes sense. So this rips in half. So then that's one side and that's the other side. Okay, that makes sense. So then you put this little hooky thingy through the hole. Oh. Oh God, ow, bitch. Like that, and then it's hooked. Do you see that? It's like hooked on there now, like that. And then it's ready to be snatched to your head. And then I'm just gonna put one on the other side. In Harush's video, she said she cleans the area. So I've got nothing on my face at the moment, literally nothing. She cleans the area with alcohol just to make sure you get rid of any excess oil and stuff, just to make sure it sticks really well. So I don't have necessarily alcohol, but I do have makeup brush cleaner, so I'm going to use this because obviously this contains alcohol. So I'm going to just take a flannel and I'm going to spray this, and then I'm going to wipe the area, the makeup brush cleaner. So I'm just going to wipe all of this area here just to get rid of any excess oil, any dirt or anything. I mean, you could use a toner. That would have been okay, you know. But here's me using makeup brush cleaner. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me, please? And I need to figure out where I want to put the tape. So with this tape technique, you have to wear your hair down because obviously you need to be able to hide the tape. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to part my hair kind of like, I feel like here I've got tape extensions in, so let me try and go around them. So I'm going to just part my hair Like that. So I've just parted my hair. You can see my tape extension here. It's growing out. I need to get it refitted. Don't judge me. I want to put it here on the end of the tail. So lift it like that. You could put it, Harusha, like you could put it more here if you wanted to give your eyebrow more of like a arch. But I want to just straighten out the tail of my brow. So I'm going to put it here. Just to put it like that. I'm really nervous. And I'm just going to put it. I kind of don't want to get it caught in my hair, but it's just going to happen. It's inevitable. Right. I'm going to put it right there. Let me just check. Yes. See that? Oh my god. I'm just going to press that down. Just to make sure it's really stuck before I stick the other side. I feel like this is going to be the hardest part, is trying to get them even. So that one's there. So that one needs to go. Let's see. That one's kind of like just a tiny bit below the tail. Okay, yeah. I really want to make sure I get these even, because can you imagine it will probably look crazy if you do it. If you get it uneven. I'm going to attach this first of all, because I feel like it's just going to get confused because I can't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to attach this like that. First of all, I'm going to bring it round my head. Like this. And then I'm going to stick it. So I need to stick it about... Oh my god, this looks so crazy, bitch. Then I'm going to stick this side. So it needs to go kind of like there, maybe. Let's see. Okay, that looks kind of even. Do I look crazy? I feel like I look crazy. So I'm just going to press these down. I just really want to make sure that they're stuck and that they don't just like ping off. Can you imagine? Like you're out somewhere and it's just like ping. No, thank you. I've got things to do today as well, so I'm actually going to be walking around like this. I'm just going to obviously do my makeup on camera with them on. Like I'm going to do a full face so we can see the whole end result. Okay, so I'm going to actually start with my eye makeup. I'm going to start with my brows. Oh my god, this is so weird doing my brows when they're like fully straight. Like I always want my brows to look like this. But like obviously this never happens. Because it's just not my natural brow shape. So this is kind of fun. I'm gonna just underline them. I don't want to do too much to my brows. I don't like doing too much, but obviously I need to make them look a bit fuller. So they're looking a bit thin at the moment. And I'm just gonna comb it through. I feel like I look crazy right now, but I feel like once my hair's down and my whole makeup's done, it'll probably feel different. But at the moment, I feel like I look wild. I'm going to underline my brow and apply concealer over my lids. I'm just going to put some Tarte Shape Tape on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use the Doll Beauty brush. This is a flat synthetic brush. I love this brush because it's quite stiff. So it gives you like a really precise like direction. So I don't like to go too harsh under the brows because I don't want them to look too kind of carved out. But I'm going to go lightly. So I do want them to look sharp, but just not too like carved out, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to use the Face Sculpt and Shade brush from Huda Beauty, and I'm going to pick up some products on this end of the brush, and I'm just going to press this on my lid. I really like this brush. I use this technique when I've got individual lashes on, because it kind of helps me not get it in the lashes, because there's nothing worse than when you get fallout or concealer in your individual lashes. Like oh, it just drives me mad. I'm going to take some loose translucent powder from Laura Mercier and the same brush. I'm just going to pick some up, tap off the excess so I don't get any fallout in my lashes. And then I'm just going to set that concealer a tiny bit. Just pressing that in lightly. Just a little bit of powder. I don't like to do too much. And like I said, make sure you tap off the excess if you do have individual lashes on, because you don't want to end up with fallout in your lashes. If you're someone that wants extra lid space, this tape is perfect. Like look how much lid space I have to work with. It's crazy. I want to tie everything in together, so I'm going to use bronzer on my lids. I'm going to use the Doll Beauty bronzer in the shade Medium Deep, which is more like a contour type shade. And I'm just going to buff this in the crease. I like to keep, when just doing something soft, I like to use bronzer on my eyes as eyeshadow, because I feel like it just ties everything together. When your whole face is done, it just looks really nice. I'm going to pull this out, obviously, because my brow is snatched out here. Again, this brush is from the Doll Beauty brush set. Keeping it really soft, like really softly blended. I'm excited to see how this tape covers like with foundations and stuff. I think what I'm going to do is take a darker brown and I'm going to apply this to the outer corner of the eye, and I'm going to kind of wing my makeup out with a darker brown rather than using like a wing liner. I'm just using the Morphe 25A palette. Mine is literally used and abused. I love this palette. Use it all the time. And I'm just using this colour here, which I've hit pan on, which I used all the time, on this Doll Beauty brush. And I'm just gonna press this on the outer corner of the eye. And then I'm gonna take the bronzer that I used earlier and I'm gonna buff the edge, soften the edge. So I'm literally just going backwards and forwards with the bronzer. And I'm going to just take this shade right here. And I'm just going to press this on my lid. And then I'm going to go back to this brush. I'm just going to dab over that. It's just so hard with lash extensions on. And then this brush again, I'm just going to buff the edge. So I'm next just going to take some Maybelline Eyeshadow Lasting Drama Gel Liner in the shade Brown. And I'm just going to run a little bit of this along my lash line. It's going to be so hard to see what I'm doing. I'm just going to run a little bit of this along here. I like to use brown sometimes now because I just feel like it's less harsh than using black. I'm just doing it messy because I'm going to buff it in just a second. But yeah, I just prefer to use brown. I'm just going to use this little brush from Doll Beauty. I'm just going to go backwards and forwards over that, just soften it, bring it out a little bit. I don't normally do that obviously, but I'm going to do it because obviously my eye shape's different. So I'm going to wing it out here a little bit. And then I'm going to go over it with this brush. I'm just going to take a wipe and I'm just going to clean the edge. If you feel like you have any fallout, I like to take like a liquid eyeliner and just push my lashes down, and I just kind of fill it in with black liner where I feel like I've got some fallout. Okay, so I'm just going to do this eye off camera and then I'll be back and then we'll do the face. So to prime my skin, I'm going to use the Banana Bright Face Primer from Ole Henriksen. This is vitamin C banana powder inspired pigments. It's really, really just gorgeous and it smells amazing. And I've been using their skincare recently and I'm like obsessed with it. So I'm just going to apply some of this with my hand. This is such a nice primer. If you've not tried it, you can get it from Boots. I'll link it below if you want to get it. So I'm not going to put primer on the tape because I just feel like it might loosen it, and I just don't, there's obviously no need for me to put primer on the tape, so I'm just going to avoid that area. And then I'm going to just apply an under eye cream. I'm going to use again the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. Love this, been using it all the time. I like to apply an eye cream because I feel like it makes my concealer sit way nicer, because my under eyes do tend to get quite dry. I kind of don't rub it in too much. I like to let it soak into the skin, so I don't like overly massage it in. So I'm just going to apply some of the YSL Touche Eclat primer. I love this, it really minimises my pores. I mean, it's really not necessary to prep your skin this much, but I just like to use multiple primers. This one just really smooths out my pores. The reason why I like to use quite a lot of eye cream and I like to let it soak in my skin is because my dark circles have still been showing through a lot recently. They're kind of like a little bit worse than they normally are, so I like to do a bit of concealer underneath foundation and then concealer on top as well. So I like to keep my under eye hydrated, that way it prevents creasing and stops it looking cakey and stuff. So I'm just going to apply some of the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade medium. Especially this part here, for me, always gets the darkest, so I like to brighten as much as possible. So I just like extra coverage under my eyes at the moment, so that's why I do kind of concealer underneath foundation and on top as well. So I'm just going to use a brush and I'm just going to buff this in really lightly. And my under eyes have just been really dark recently. I don't even know why, but it's just annoying. So for my foundation, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation in the shade 3W1. I'm just going to dot this around my face. And then I'm just going to stipple the foundation into the skin. I'm actually using the Huda Beauty Sculpt and Shade brush. I use this end on my lids. A concealer that I use is only really a tiny bit lighter than the foundation that I'm using. So when I put concealer on top, I'm going to use slightly lighter just to brighten. So I'm going to go over the tape with the foundation. Obviously, you want to try and cover that. So I've just done like a little bit with the brush. I'm going to actually go in with the sponge. I'm just going to use my Tarte sponge because I feel like I'm just applying a tiny bit more to the end of the sponge because I feel like this foundation just sits better with a sponge rather than a brush. I feel like every foundation is different. Some foundations work better with a brush, other foundations work better with a sponge. I'm going over that tape as well. Obviously I want to try and hide that as much as possible. Obviously when you've got your hair down and stuff, you're not going to really see it anyway. But I hope, we'll see. So for concealer, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape. But I am actually going to apply a lighter shade on top just to brighten. I'm going to bring it up down the sides of my nose. I've just used a lighter shade, especially in this area here, like the inner corner, because I get a lot of darkness there. I kind of like to leave it to dry down a little bit more because I feel like you get a bit more coverage when you do that. So I'm just going to let that chill for a minute and then I'm going to blend it in. Just going to sit and mind our business for a couple of minutes. Okay, so I'm going to use my sponge to blend my concealer in. I'm just pressing that in. I'm just going to leave this little bit here because I don't like to bring my sponge in because it always goes on my lashes. I'm going to blend that in with the brush in just a second. I'm going to bring the concealer all the way up here. I normally kind of stop there, but because obviously we've got that snatch look today, I'm going to bring the concealer up here as well. Then I'm going to take this side of the brush and I'm just going to press in the inner corner just to blend that a little bit in there. So for setting powder, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. And then I've also been using the Kylie powder. This is the Kylie Jenner powder in soft pink. I really like this on top of this. So I kind of use this one to set and then I use this one to bake. I just really love this powder. It's so good. So I'm going to use my sponge again. And I'm going to set my under eyes with Laura Mercier. It's like I really like press the powder in. And then I use the Kylie to bake because I like how it gives you that soft pink. I really love how it ties in when I use a blush. And then I'm going to set my chin all the way around my mouth. Just a little bit all over because I'm going to go in with powder bronzers in just a second. So it just helps to blend it if you set all over your face a little bit. So then next I'm going to take the Kylie Jenner powder in soft pink. Love this powder. I got this when I was in America. And I'm going to bake with this powder. And I like to bring this up down the sides of my nose to snatch my nose. It's like a reverse contour effect. I only use this powder under my eyes. I don't use it all over. So I'm next going to use bronzer and contour. So I'm going to use two Doll Beauty bronzers. I'm going to use a little bit of the darker one. And then medium deep. Medium deep is more of a contour shade. So I'm just going to kind of mix the two. Because I like a bit of both. And then I'm just going to apply this. I'm using a Doll Beauty brush again because I like to contour my forehead, as you know. And then I'm going to go cheeks, cheekbone. Same on this side. I'm just going to buff that in. I'm actually loving this tape. Like the more I've got it on and I'm getting used to it, like the more I'm like, oh my god, I love it. And now my makeup's nearly done. I really like it. I'm just going underneath my jaw and down my neck. Then I'm going to use this fluffy brush that I used in the crease of my eye. I'm going to pick up some of the shade Medium Deep. And I'm just going to buff this down the front of my nose to contour. Don't want to do too much, but I want to do a bit because it just makes such a difference and it really snatches your nose. Sometimes I like to buff it into the brow as well, just the front of the brow hair. Just like it all to be connected. And then I'm just going to buff this on the end of the nose as well, just to shorten my nose a little bit. And I do like to go a little bit here, just to give me that, a little bit of like a bun nose type of vibe. I'm going to take some of this Kylie powder in soft pink. And I'm just going to put a little bit down the bridge of my nose. And a little bit on the end, like literally the tiniest amount. Next I'm going to buff off this powder, excess powder, using this Doll Beauty brush. So I'm going to use some blush. I'm going to use the shade Oh So Snatched from HB Cosmetics, my brand. I sometimes like to use the shade Feeling Peachy, but recently I've really liked a really intense blush. So this product, by the way, is very pigmented. You tap your brush in and this is what happens. So you only need a tiny amount. Don't go like swirling your brush in it. So I'm just going to apply this on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm going to bring it back. I'm actually going to mix in a little bit of Feeling Peachy actually. I do like a really pinky blush at the moment. So I'm bringing it all the way back here. So I like my blush to come back, not just be on the apple. I'm going to do a little bit of the shade Feeling Peachy as well. It's a little bit peachier and a little bit softer. I'm just going to kind of buff over this colour as well. And then I am going to go back in with the brush that has the bronzer on it. It just got excess on it, but I'm just going to buff over the whole thing with this brush. It will just soften it a little bit and then it just ties it all in. I'm going to take a clean buffing brush and I'm just going to buff over that edge because I just want to soften it slightly. I'm going to take that darkest shade that I used on the outer corner and I'm going to run this underneath the eye. And then I'm going to take this buffing brush and I'm going to buff it. So again, this is a clean brush and I'm just going backwards and forwards. Now I've softened this outer corner because we didn't want a harsh line. I'm going to dip into my bronzer from Doll Beauty in the shade Medium Deep with this brush. And I'm going to use this in the inner corner part of the eye. And also underneath that darker colour just to blend that. Next, because I feel really powdery, I'm just going to use some Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. This is for oil control. But I'm just going to spray this because I just want to get rid of all this excess powder. So I'm going to do a tiny bit of the Maybelline Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Liner in brown. I'm going to put a tiny bit of this just under my waterline. Not in my waterline, just underneath. This helps to open up the eye. Just makes your eyes look a bit bigger. And then using this little, I'm going to use the Morphe Brow Gel and I'm just going to run through my brows with this. I love brow gel because it kind of separates the hairs, makes your brows look a bit more fluffy, and it keeps your brow hairs in place. So I'm going to take some L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara and I'm just going to run this on my bottom lashes. I'm going to do lips now. I'm just going to use the Cork Lip Liner by MAC. And then I'm going to just like fill my lips in a little bit with this. Does anybody else's nose run when they do their makeup, or is that just me? Okay, so for lipstick, I'm going to use the Doll Beauty Sailor V lipstick in the centre. So I just need to go over my hair and re-straighten it. But now my hair's down, you can't see the tape at all. You definitely couldn't use these tapes if you're going to have your hair up because you will see them. They feel really comfortable, they feel really good, and I just love it. Like, it's probably giving me a snatched eyebrow. What do you guys think? Let me know down below what you guys think. I think these are a yes from me. I pretty won't use them all the time because I'm not overly bothered about having like a snatch thing, but I just really want you to try it. And yeah, it looks so good. I love it. I'm really interested to try it like here so I can snatch my neck. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Let me know what you guys think and let me know if you're going to try these tapes. I'll let you know down in the comment section down below how these wore all day because I'm going to wear this all day. So I will let you know in the comment section how it wore. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.